for the Martin Pipe. They're off.
Conditional Jockeys Handicap hurdle away to a first timer, and Kopek Demi is sent forward, taken on by Carafon as they go towards the first. Nurse Susan through on the inside. Kopek Demi led them over the first but made a mistake at the other end of the field. Push the button is pushed along in the early stages. Also at the rear of the field is Taponthego as they go over flight number 2. Nurse Susan was the leader over that. There was a mistake by Mordor. So now they go into the downhill sweeping turn, and Nurse Susan and Tristan Durrell have got the lead. Racing in second, Kopek Demi, racing on the inside of No Questions Asked. They're then being followed by No Ordinary Joe. Out a little bit wider is the Enabler as they begin to make the turn back towards the home straight. Also prominent is East India Express in that front wave of 6 or 7. Carafon also in the vanguard, followed by Raglan Road, and then Toon Surveyor, who turned quite wide into the home straight with Doyen Quest for company. Push the button is the back marker as Nurse Susan already takes them over the third flight of hurdles at which they were all safe. Uncle Bert another one towards the rear of the field, so too is Electric Mason. Also right out the back is Wild About Oscar, and now a long run before they encounter flight number 4, which will be the last in a circuit's time. Nurse Susan has got a lead of a length and a half over No Questions Asked in second. On the outside, East India Express just in third. Kopek Demi, the white cap, is in fourth. Carafon, the all green, is in around about 5th position with No Ordinary Joe. Then right over on the far side, Minella Sixo. A little bit wider is the Enabler, and wider still is Doyen Quest, followed by Raglan Road. Then Punctuation, who's on the inside, followed by the grey Harsh. Next in the field is Wodhooh as they go over the flight, which is right in front of the enclosures. Push the button, still the back marker, and also at the back is Electric Mason. They set out on their final circuit, and the leader is Nurse Susan, and she's got a lead of around about a length and a half over No Questions Asked, racing in second place. East India Express is in third. Kopek Demi on the inside rail is in fourth. Carafon is in fifth. The Enabler out wide is in sixth. No Ordinary Joe made the turn in seventh. Doyen Quest making ground on the outside is in 8th position. They're then being followed towards the inside as they go down the back straight by Minella Sixo, and then Punctuation racing alongside Mordor, who's made it 1 or 2 places. Harsh just in behind them as Nurse Susan takes them over the first flight down the back. Push the Button is still last of all. Electric Mason is last but 1. Uncle Bert is last but 2. And now they're going on towards the second one down the back. Nurse Susan at halfway in the Martin Pipe, led by a couple of lengths, all safely over. Ridden along towards the inside. Minella Sixo has lost its place, and now they're going on towards flight number 7. Nurse Susan led the way over that too. No Questions Asked, who took it in second position. Kopek Demi against the inside rail is in third. East India Express a little bit wider. The Enabler, and then Doyen Quest, who's widest of all. Carafon. Then on the inside, No Ordinary Joe and Raglan Road, Wodhooh. After Wodhooh, Punctuation. On the wide outside, Taponthego, improving from some way back. Harsh is next to the field, followed by Mordor. Then on the inside is Park of Kings as they go over the flight, which takes them towards the top of the hill. Toon Surveyor has badly lost its place. Act of Authority is dropping back. Wild About Oscar is next to the field. Then Stormbreaker is being ridden along. Uncle Bert, followed by Electric Mason, as now they go into that top turn. Flash Collonge is one of those who's right out the back of the field as now they begin to make the run with just 2 more flights of hurdles to take in the Martin Pipe, and the leader is still Nurse Susan. Into second goes East India Express. The Enabler around the outside, the maroon and white. Then towards the inside, No Questions Asked is in 4th position. Kopek Demi against the inside in 5th with No Ordinary Joe in the same ownership. Out wide, Toon Surveyor is staying on with the white blaze alongside Taponthego. Wodhooh just in behind them with Doyen Quest as they got over the second last flight of hurdles, and now they're beginning to make the turn back towards home. Nurse Susan taken on by East India Express around the outside. Now ridden along, the Enabler is in third. Wodhooh staying on towards the inside for Danny Gilligan and making giant strides through on the inside. No Ordinary Joe last year's runner-up, is also picking up with Taponthego, and then Toonservator towards the near side, but it is the mare Wodhooh has come through to lead in the Martin Pipe with a quarter mile to go and one flight of hurdles to take. Wodhooh has gone clear. Raglan Road staying on the far side with Active Authority and Taponthego, but Wodhooh is over the last and clear by 4 lengths. Raglan Road continues to close. Active Authority over on the far side, but it is Wodhooh who is out in front and not for catching. Every race on Gold Cup Day has gone to the Irish. Wodhooh has taken the Martin Pipe. Active Authority, Raglan Road, Taponthego pushed the button from nowhere, stayed on next, but it is a clean sweep for the Emerald Isle on Gold Cup Day at Cheltenham.
7 out of 7 for Ireland, and Gordon Elliott finally, at the 28th time of asking this week, has his winner, and that winner is the undefeated Wodhooh. An extraordinary training performance to produce this string of ones from this thoroughly likeable and genuine mare, who's defied 11 stone 8 to take the Martin Pipe. And Gordon Elliott, a man who must be delighted and relieved in equal measure, is with Tom Stanley.
Yeah, a bit like 12 months ago, but of course you came into that with a winner in the week already, but not so far this week. I counted 4 seconds. I think they've been running well, Gordon, but you've had to wait.
I think we've had 5 or 6 to be honest, yeah. Look, we've had a brilliant week. It's heartbreaking for all my staff, for my owners.
I know.
Yeah.
Have you, up to this point, have you found it a tough week? I mean, like just sort of emotionally for everyone. You're here for winners, right?
Yeah, listen, I'm a strong man. I love training horses. The owners I have, the staff have.
I know, and I know how much you love this meeting, and I know how much a winner here means to you and means to everyone, and I know how much faith you've had in this mare. You've always said how good she is. You thought about running her in the graded race.
We were thinking of supplementing her.
I know it's. Just tell me about her. Just tell me about what what she's like. She's won it off a market, 140.
Yeah, she's owned by a lot of good friends of mine. There's going to be great celebrations here in the ring. You'll see them all. You know a lot of them. This is special. Like, we've had a real tough week. All the horses have run well. I watched the race, Sean Bowen and Ollie Murphy. Ollie was second. If I got bet, I wouldn't mind getting bet by him. But to finish the week off like this, to win the Martin Pipe, he's my hero. Just have to thank all my staff, all my owners that stuck by me. We've had a tough week, but I won't lie down.
You can go out celebrating. Well,
thanks. Gordon, well done.
Gordon Elliott, as he touched on there, for many years amateur rider and pupil to Martin Pipe, for whom this race is named, one of the great revolutionary legends of the sport, without whom people wouldn't be training horses to the standard they are now. Gordon Elliott gets his winner today, a man who's twice been leading trainer at the festival, but he's had to sit and watch as Mullins after Mullins after Mullins after Mullins was winning. Also touched on Ollie Murphy, trainer of the runner-up, who has only got 4 horses behind him at the moment. Active Authority. Ollie Murphy for many years learnt his craft at the feet of the man who's defeated him today.
And that interview right there just underlines the pressure that this meeting brings, doesn't it? Because, without that pressure you wouldn't get that reaction. But it's obviously been a pretty testing week, but Wodhooh was always in prime position, always travelling really strongly, picked up, quickened, going down to the last, and she just had to jump it cleanly to hold on, and that form has just kept on delivering.
She was a fair flat performer, but 7 out of 7 over hurdles, and in some really tough handicaps as well.
I thought last year as a juvenile that she was just particularly well placed to win because she came across the water a lot while his other juveniles stayed at home. She's improved no end, and to put in that performance to quicken like she has, it's a credit to her. But I have to tip my hat to Gordon. The likes of the Yellow Clay and countless others have ran super races. It feels so long ago. Brighter days ahead. Bubble burst. It's been a really up and down and emotional week for them, and that emotion from him shows just how difficult it is to compete at this meeting. We all cover the emotional stories, the elation, but by God, it can calm and level giants, and as he said, he won't lie down.
Active Authority finishing with a rare rattle from out of the clouds under Lewis Saunders. Raglan Road, the red cap and the JP colours, has run well for Henry de Bromhead. Likewise, the stable companion Taponthego, they finished 3rd and 4th. East India Express has done best of the British trained horses, Upside's Park of Kings in the quartered cap, and another horse who's made a ridiculous amount of ground from a completely hopeless position is the Nigel Twiston-Davies trainer. He pushed the button, the white sleeves and cap, the grey.
Ran really well, late headway. For those that boarded the Kopek de May train, it was a bumpy ride from an early stage because he was diving out to his left at the first 2 flights of hurdles. Aidan Kelly riding him as if he was 20 pound well in, up with a pace all the way through, but he's got a lot to learn on this evidence.
And before the off, he was a little weaker in the market than you might have anticipated, given how well the stable, broadly speaking, has gone today. But with the flag aloft, Danny Gilligan comes in, his 3rd festival winner, his 2nd this week.
Yes, and of course he rode Better Days Ahead last year, but Danny Gilligan is going to be in for some serious plum rides now, with Jack Kennedy looking like he might miss the next couple of weeks, and potentially Sam Ewing as well. But I said to Gordon when this guy replaced Jack on Calypso's Chance in the bumper on the 2nd day of the Cheltenham Festival, he said, I have no problem putting this man up on anything. He's cool, he's calm, he's got great hands, he's just got it. And credit to Danny Gilligan, he has delivered another Cheltenham Festival winner on what would have been a pressure ride. And there, with the emerald flag held aloft, the Press Free Cup score is?
It, I think, is 20 plays 8.
That's right.
And after the first day, Great Britain had 4 winners on the scoreboard. So only 4 winners over 3 days and a blank today. So, as there has been the last 2 or 3 years, there will be quite a bit of soul searching, I think.
And it's particularly evident in the novice division, with the exception of the New Lion. The young talent does lie across the water.
And Willie Mullins has equalled his best score of 10, but hasn't surpassed it, something that looked completely inevitable earlier in the day. But we should have learnt by now that there is nothing pure or simple about this meeting.
100%. But look at that mare, 7 from 7 now. What a credit she is to Connections. The Martin Pipe can throw up good horses. How high can she fly? She's won this handicap of 141 as she liked.
How would you bet in a match between her and Cargesi, both of whom have won handicaps off 141 today?
This filly has a habit of winning.
7 out of 7 over hurdles. 1 for Gordon Elliott, 2 on the week for Danny Gilligan, 20 for Ireland, all 7 today. Those are the numbers, and here's Rachel with more.
And we will tot up all of the standings for you, but a roaring success, as we know, for Willie Mullins, and real raw emotion there from Gordon Elliott. Really tough week, hasn't it been? But he'll crack on, and who knows, Punchestown comes just around the corner. You've got Aintree as well, and he'll be back to business. 9-2 Wodhooh unbeaten lands the Martin Pipe. Active Authority at 28-1. Raglan Road third, 25s, and Taponthego in fourth at 8-1.